I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a bug for you in no time.
An old hunting trip.
Give me a minute to check the map.
But I'm supposed to find a buck or something. To shoot. It's like a little mini Stonehenge out there.
Let's see.
Dad!
Good eye,
There it
Tom.
is.
Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad, I...
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Dawn, you don't have to.
That would be a really...
Great shot, Dawn!
That would be such a hard kill to follow on a cliff.
I'm proud of you, Dawn. Always remember that, okay?
Gosh. Yeah, good luck dragging that one out. Exactly. Like, that would have fallen off the cliff, like, so hard, though. There's no way that would have
Sorry,
stayed
Dawn,
on
just
that
gotta
cliff.
reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally
so...
normal, Dawn. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about...
Dad!
Oh, well. Damn, son. Well, I mean, that is one way to go
All
out.
these stories, that's the one.
That can and does actually happen. Yeah, it does. I don't know about falling off a cliff because the buck shoved you, but... I mean, most of the time that happens and you get gored. More than falling off a cliff. Hello, Sonny. Well, they can spring back to life with that like that, which is why you check thoroughly before you bend over and go to grab them. Exactly. Like, she was, like, super dangerously close, too, but, I guess better him than her. I'm actually not sure where I'm supposed to go from here. Obviously, I can't go out any doors. But yeah, they do, like, have one last hurrah. That's how a lot of people get in trouble with deer hunting and stuff. Other than other hunters being real stupid. Which is always a thing, too. I like how there's an axe right here. An axe right here, but I cannot break this door down. Disappointing. Hello, Sonny. He's back again. Well, he's at least licking my other hand and not the hand that has all the eucalyptus.
After Sam
in it.
died, my mom and Edie got really close.
There we
They
go.
both lost a lot.
Maybe I'm supposed to find a way back out up here. Or maybe it's just more open world than I think. No, but no. It couldn't have been because I don't think I could have looked at Sam's stuff before, so. There we go.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Lewis was born a year later.
Oh, those are some nice broken
When my
stairs.
dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. And to see kids in the house again. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that.
But I like how everybody had like the same door. Like, I mean, they kept all the original rooms, they just added to it.
Things were good. Almost normal. But it didn't last.
Scientific method.
The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle.
A castle.
After Milton disappeared, the only thing he left behind was a room full of paintings.
I guess he's still not considered dead because he's just missing. But where did he go? Look at the model and stuff. These are some pretty interesting paintings here. See that he got his grandma's talent. The magic
Milton
paint.
Finch in The Magic Paintbrush.
Like he's got a mustache. That's interesting. Achoo! Oh no, his magic paintbrush. Wait a minute, he just walked through a door? Is he making himself a magic doorway? He did. He made himself a magic doorway and fucked off. Magic man! For real.
I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
Where's the door? Where is the magic door?
Mom spent months searching.
SUMMERWEEN, you say. Exactly,
sealed the doors.
SUMMERWEEN. With some Edith Finch. We're trying to manifest fall to begin and summer to end. I still can't make it out of this door.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Right? Apparently. I want to find the magic door.
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Dang. He wasn't very on himself, I guess. This part of the house has definitely seen better days. Some sort of airplane in here. I don't know how she's doing all this 22 weeks pregnant, but alright.
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
It's a hookup. Dawn Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery.
I was wondering if
But
the bloody
he
hand
withdrew
was from
part of
him, or...
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to... wander.
Oh, there we go.
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small.
I have to do
Imagining a
both at the
labyrinth,
same time.
he'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
A
And
dragon?
things that had not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had
He
hoped
was
he'd
a
find
gamer.
himself.
It's interesting you have to do this at the same time.
But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery.
Oh god, he gets his hand cut
I
off
spoke
then.
with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused.
That's because he's like disassociating. Like he's dissociating
new
pretty
Lewis.
hard. And apparently taking
I
some
let him go
Mary
on.
Jane.
I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
A dog. I mean, that sounds like the new friends I make like all the time. Yeah, drugged up, dead inside worker, blindly working in dangerous conditions does sound like the model employee,
On the
right?
edge of a city he named Lewis Token. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick.
Even has a drummer boy.
Then he made musicians.
And then there's dancers.
And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band.
So like,
And he was
essentially,
always humming something.
like he's a druggy gamer who works for the cannery. Oop. Walked myself into a corner here. I was paying more attention to the
Every
fish
day
than
his
was where I was
imagination
going.
grew stronger.
Oh god. What is
He
this?
no longer spoke at the cannery.
No longer
His
spoke?
chopping was as reliable as ever.
Yeah, because he's like often literally in
day
his
it
own
struck
world.
him.
I certainly appreciate all the fish.
That all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination,
Oh
so
no.
he could do whatever he wished.
Oh god.
He held an election for mayor. And he won.
Well, I imagine that he did in his own imagination.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
Exactly. How
It became a
wonderful.
game for him.
He got elected in the mayor and then he just fucked off. I mean, it's just like her other
Conquer a
little
city,
brother.
then immediately
Or her
push
other
on.
older brother. Because that's what he did.
New Louisville.
Like, literally just like made a magic door and then fucked off into another reality. St. Louis.
He started drifting away from our reality.
I like how the imagination portal keeps getting bigger. Have you noticed that? He's gonna end up losing his hand.
Minneapolis.
Meow,
Until one day
Minneapolis.
he forgot to go home from the cannery.
A song request? I don't have
Even
a
as
song
his mother
request.
pleaded with him, part of Lewis kept sailing on.
Nah, he's just like ignoring her.
In Lewisburg, he heard
Can't really
rumors
play
of
any
a
songs anyway. Let's do Handsome Queen.
handsome queen.
Look at that when you get to choose. So that's cool.
The queen was on her own quest for
Ooh, Sinister Serpents. Like,
Sinister
a great
serpents.
stand name like Deadly Queen. Yeah. Deadly Queen.
He followed the sound of her
Electric sitar. Let's do Silver Harp.
silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Oh no.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
Fish are starting to pile up.
But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
Snap. That substance abuse to do that to you, huh?
For someone who
I like how the fish are just disappearing now.
I think it was
Even though he's the
overwhelming.
most efficient worker, they're still overworking him, right?
And then it struck him.
Well, maybe
The
he's
real
not.
Lewis was
Just
not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination
He just
is
got
as
so
real as my
fucking
body,
bored.
he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
he got so bored with his life. Oh god. There's so much. Why is there so much blood? What's his locker, I guess?
Began to forget the world we know.
It's because all the headless fish, I guess.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
The one who lost his brother. Older brother, a younger brother, I can't
He
remember.
began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
He's not even doing anything. He's got nothing. I'm not sure exactly what to do.
I still thought I could
Oh,
save
there we
him.
go.
Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Okay. Sounds like he's having a
The
psychosis
palace would be
episode.
packed with his companions.
I don't even have to touch anything. The thing's gonna let me go. I like how he wasn't even cutting fish heads off anymore. He was just going through the motions.
Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on inviting him.
It's Puss in Boots. Named Molly. It's the kitten named Molly. That was his advisor. Aight then. The cat is disturbed. Apparently, everybody in this household is disturbed. Everyone is disturbed in this household.
There was only one thing left to do.
The music is so loud. But it is a celebration, so. Oh no. It is straight into the guillotine.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Sounds like he had an accident at the cannery.
My brother was really cool.
It didn't sound like an
I wish you could've met
accident, right? I don't know, it could have been. The way he was like drugged up and everything. Quite possible.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie.
Well, that was
I'm not
awfully
sure if she
rude.
wanted to make it easier or harder.
I'm sure that made it quite a bit harder.
I wish we'd stayed.
What's the missing poster? Must have been her
But I
room.
understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind.
Yeah, this is definitely her room. I like how everybody has like separate refrigerators.
What happened
too.
that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner.
It's an origami bird.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now was to tell you about that last night.
Oh, well, that's pretty cool looking. Yes, she did a lot of origami. Got a little quill. Edith Finch.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word.
Oh no, poor
Until
Grandma
supper,
Edie.
when she raised her glass and said,
To our final night together, and all our final nights apart.
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Oh shit. She's like, I'm not leaving here. Candles are so cool.
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
Right?
When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
Ha! I like how she still wears the fingerless gloves, even so many years later.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight.
Snap.
We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning.
A nursing home. I wonder whose bed this is. History of the Finches by Edie Finch. I guess it's Edie's room. Ah, dang it. I keep accidentally clicking the button. I like that really old typewriter, too. That's super cool.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way
I'm pretty certain that's the same one I have. Look to your left on the shelf.
It was the first
It looks
and
pretty
last
close.
time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean.
Oh,
They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it
Obviously.
smelled awful.
significant. Well, there's probably a lot of
I've
dead
seen
fish.
that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
There's a big red light on it, though. You just keep going straight, right?
I got turned around.
Or maybe not. Maybe we just don't keep going.
I
straight.
started seeing things.
That's dirt.
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
A bed?
When I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe
Dad?
I came back to them.
Oh, I know we finally made it to the old house.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
Uh-oh.
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Uh-oh.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car.
Well, we didn't get to see the rest of it, I guess.
I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
No, not Great Grandma Edie.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that,
Dang,
we moved
son.
around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it.
Snake arm out the window. Best thing ever.
A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The
Uh-oh.
rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
What did she had, like...
And then I was
I wonder
alone.
what she was, ill with.
The last Finch left alive.
Snap. Now that this is a little bit creepy.
Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Wait a minute, are we
This
being
journal
born
was
here?
supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Okay, well,
just
I
wanna
mean...
meet you and tell you all these stories myself.
We're currently
I
being
guess
born,
if you're reading
guys.
this now, things didn't work out that way.
Died in childbirth, I guess?
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Snap. I guess maybe she died during childbirth, maybe? It's obvious she talked about how she didn't meet him, so... Well, it lasted about as long as it said it would, so... I bet she wrote the letter ahead of time. Exactly. I don't know. That's a lot of composure to write it as she was dying during childbirth. Well, maybe she wrote a lot of it before or something like that, and then, you know. I don't know. She seemed like she wrote most of it before, and then the last bit she wrote, like shortly before or something like that. Or if she knew that she was dying from something, I don't know. She obviously didn't get to hold him or anything. But obviously he was born, so... Good question there. Don't even mention who the dad was, either. So I got an achievement for seeing Johan's name in the credits. Johan must have been, like, really important, I guess. I like how these are all of, the people when they were younger, I guess. They're just pretty interesting. Oh my god. The ones that they look like they're from the 90s. These are some millennial pictures right here. These are some millennial childhood pictures. 100%. Don't ask me how I know this. It's not like I don't have any childhood pictures from the 90s or anything. I'm just a 2,000-year-old dragon. I still want one of those dolls. One day I'll get one and I'll be able to paint it and it'll go somewhere cool, like in an art gallery. Because there ain't no fucking way I'm shipping it anywhere. That would be one hell of a thing to have to ship. one of them giant two-person tree saws. Trick or treat, smell my feet. Give me something good to eat. I can't remember the rest of it. There is more to it than that. The end. I wanted to find that door that Milton went through, though. Replay a story. Oh, cool. That's pretty cool. I guess they're together, I guess, maybe? It's interesting. Guess we'll see. I guess it's them together. Ooh, look at the swirly thingy. Yep, it is.
All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Edie and Dawn tied together. Well, anyway, this game is really cool, and I really liked it. I can't remember how much I bought it for. It's not on sale anymore. I got it during the Steam sale. It's $20 right now. That's not too bad. The Unfinished Swan. Interesting. Cabin in the Woods bundle. That's a lot of oh, wait. Never mind. I guess I must have had something else pop up in my chat. Anyway. Let's see. See if I got somebody I can raid. But I like this game a lot. It was pretty cool. Why am I crawling around on my hands and knees though? I guess I'm no longer... Edith Finch is no longer the last Finch alive. Obviously. Norwegian folk tales. I like all this paper stuff. On death and dying. Some interesting book titles over here. Oh man, I wanted to read the book titles over there. All the origami birds. Huge amount of missing posters. Actually not a whole lot of people on tonight. Pretty interesting for a Saturday night. I guess I'll write out some more. It's probably a good place to send everybody, as usual. Usually when there's like not a whole lot of and when it's slim pickings, I'll somebody new, but I don't think I feel like doing that today. we get a raid going. Make sure you copy that raid message. Tomorrow, I'm going to be working on a new panel. It'll probably be my socials panel because I haven't thought about what I want to do for... oh, Jesus. The about section. I know what I want to do for rules and socials. For social, I want to have like a little phone, you know, a little cell phone. And then like the reflection in my eyes can like be like the X or like Twitter or whatever. Yeah, Twitter or YouTube. Like that, you know what I mean? So, and then I think I've got like 3 more panels I want to do. The about section, the rules, and the socials. So we'll do the socials tomorrow. And I'll probably just keep using the same base sketch and just drawing on top of it because I feel like that's just the easiest. Because I'm going to have the same outfit and hairstyle and everything for them. And like the same angle. I think that makes it more coherent if I have it on the same angle and stuff. But, you know, just different doing things. But anyway, I will see you guys all tomorrow at 1 p.m. or 2 p.m. EST. And I'll talk to you guys later. Good night.